Hey everybody, it's Scully. So I kind of had something on my mind, kind of deeper topic that I wanted to discuss in today's video. But before I get too far with this topic, I did kind of want to throw something out there first. Um, this video may contain a discussion of some topics that some people find controversial and or taboo. Not everybody likes to talk about those kind of things. So if you're not somebody who likes to mention those kind of topics in conversation, then this video may not be right for you. Just wanted to throw that out there first. So, pressing onward, I really wanted to talk about choices. If you think about it, we make choices every day of our lives. Big choices, small choices, hard choices, easy choices. Life's like a test. A bunch of questions, but there's no study guide. There's no cheat sheet. You see all those questions, and you're the one filling out your own test form, answering those questions for yourself. You might have some people along the way that'll help you with these questions, but for the most part, it's your test that's sitting in front of you. You're the one writing with the pencil. You're the one leaving marks on that test, submitting it, hoping that you do well, and seeing what happens next. Some questions in life are pretty straightforward, like yes or no questions. Like maybe you're contemplating buying a new shirt, so you try it on first. Do you like this shirt, yes or no? Well, there's only two options, so you're probably going to only pick yes or no, unless you're really on the fence and maybe you need more time to think about it, which is fine. Because in the test of life, thankfully there's no time limit. You have your whole life to complete that whole sheet full of questions that's in front of you. But what if it's a more complicated question? Yes or no? True or false? Fine. What about multiple choice? Is the answer A? Is it B? C? D? E? Whether it's other or all the above? That's a pretty tricky question. Are there some questions like that have no wrong answer because maybe it just depends on you as a person? Maybe. Personally, I'm a firm believer that there are some questions that don't have just one right answer. They have multiple right answers, maybe even multiple wrong answers too. But that's why things like choices are very, very difficult for people. Some of the more controversial topics that really kind of leave people wrinkling their nose being reproductive choices, end of life choices, parenting styles. Yes, there's a lot of very controversial topics like that. And honestly, there's no easy answer to any really complex question like that either. But let's say that you're faced with one of those multiple choice questions, such as those. Is the answer A, B, C, D, E? Well, you're the one making this decision. It all falls on you, but maybe you have no idea what decision you're going to make. So you ask other people around you, and then you hear different answers from everyone, and you still don't know what to do. And maybe you know in your mind what decision you want to make, but maybe you're afraid of letting people down, or maybe you're afraid of regretting it later. So you feel stuck no matter what you do. And this can apply to a lot of different situations too. There's so many complex questions out there that people figure out later in life, like if you're going to change jobs, if you're going to move somewhere else. I mean, there's a lot of very big choices that people deal with, or if their marriage is ending, are they getting divorced? So many life-changing things that people deal with on a regular basis. They deal with criticism from people around them. Because, I mean, come on, people don't know the whole story unless they're the ones going through it. But yeah, that big old question's still sitting there in front of you. You gotta answer it at some point. So what choice do you make? Well, if you're worried about letting people down, don't worry about that. Because if you don't disappoint them with that, you might just disappoint them with something else. Okay, maybe that's not the greatest advice. But in all seriousness, this is your life. Yours. Your life. Only yours. So any decision you do make in life, no matter how big or small, should be for you. Now, if you're going out with a friend, like going out to eat, okay, that's a little different. Sometimes there's compromises with things such as that, but if we're talking about major things for yourself, despite what some people think, it's okay to be a little bit selfish. Because at the end of the day, with that multiple choice question, whether you pick A, B, C, D, or E, you're the one that has to live with whatever consequences come as a result of that. And that's not an easy thing to do, even if it is the right choice for you. Because sadly, there's consequences to every action and or choice that we make in life, and it's very, very difficult. I don't know your life. I don't know what's best for you. But you know you. Better than anybody on this planet. You know what's in your heart. And you know when you're making the right decision for yourself. So don't be afraid to have confidence and to take any decision that you make. I mean, really be proud of yourself for being able to make those decisions for yourself, because they're very, very difficult. So my main point of talking about all of this is to remind you that you have power over your own life that people can't take from you, no matter what they say or do. Because it's always should be your choice, no matter what. You only have one life. You only live once. You do not owe people an explanation for any decisions that you make like that. And if you want to share them with people, that's totally up to you. But the thing that bothers me about this kind of stuff is, even if it's kind of things, like even if it's, again, like getting divorced, people make various choices in their life for a reason, and sometimes they face a lot of criticism. And those people don't know the whole story. They don't know your life. And it's so easy for them to tell you, oh, you should have done this instead. Even if you were in a similar situation, you're still not in that person's shoes. You don't know what's going through somebody's mind. You don't know what's in their heart. So basically what I caution most people to do is, when you hear more stories, take your pick of whatever topic it is. Just keep an open mind. Open your heart and just listen. Learn more about this person and see what they're going through, because honestly, the reason for some of these choices may surprise you. You hear stories all the time, but when you meet people and you hear, oh, they did this or that, you may not know the full story. You weren't there when the person made that choice. You don't know what was in their mind. And even if it looked like a simple, easy choice for something that was very big and complicated, it could have torn that person up on the inside, and you would never know. They could go home at night and cry about it. Days, weeks, goodness knows how long. And some people are very good at hiding pain, hiding trauma. And these are things that people need to think about when they say hurtful things. Because if somebody did make a choice that you don't agree with, and then you sit there and say, oh, people that make this choice are X, Y, and Z, and there are going to be more people that make similar choices like that than you think, how do you think they feel when they hear you say hurtful words like that? That you're going to generalize all kinds of a certain people based on a decision they make. I know they say words don't hurt. No, words do hurt a lot. Words can be traumatic, they can be hurtful, they can be painful. And people may remember those words for years, even the rest of their lives. I mean, you may think they may only remember for 5 minutes. Okay, a squirrel might forget in like 30 seconds, but a person, no. No, words do hurt a lot. And, I mean, people can make choices for themselves for the greater good, and they could still have trauma that comes with it. They themselves, maybe they finally came to that choice, and maybe they made that choice kicking and screaming because they felt they had no other option. Sometimes people are in situations where maybe they do have multiple options and they don't realize it till later. Especially if they made a certain choice because somebody in their life told them to, and then they had to live with that consequence anyway. Maybe that person was abusive towards them. We don't know the situation. But regardless, life is full of choices. Whether we made the right choice or not, sometimes we still have to live the consequences anyway. But if you've made choices that you're not happy with, find it in your heart to try to forgive yourself. Did you learn from that mistake? Do you wish you could take it back? I mean, do you want to make better choices going forward? Well, it sounds like you learned from it then. I mean, cut yourself some slack. You only have one life. We all wish that we could redo the parts in our lives that we regret, but honestly, we're all here for a reason. We have things that we're supposed to learn in this life, like that test I was talking about earlier that's in front of you. No, you can't always go back and change some of your answers on it, but what if that same question comes up again on the test? Well, now you know the answer to that one, right? Sometimes things in life come back like that. And not always for a bad thing either. I think life can repeat itself for a reason. I do think life gives people another chance. And you should give yourself another chance. You should give yourself the opportunity to improve. You should give yourself the opportunity to heal, to grow, and see yourself be the person that you want to be. So, I do apologize if this video is a little deep. It was a little much for some people, but I just want it to be something in perspective just for people to think about. Again, I'm not here to make choices for anybody. I'm not going to tell people what to do. That's not my place. That's your job. Because it's your life. And sometimes there are big choices like that. But if people truly know you, and they truly love you, they'll support you anyway. So, until next time, have a great day, guys.